Hey guys! Today I'm going to be reading to you the first story or article from the Unique Learning Systems curriculum for the month of February. I know we're already like halfway through February and we're a little bit behind, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens. So this month our topic is going to be alcohol, drugs, and tobacco, which is a very important topic as many of you are getting old enough to the age to do some of these things legally. We always want to talk about, when you're younger, it's illegal to do these things, but as you get older, you're able, and there's safer ways to do that if you choose to partake. So, this first story or article is called A Night to Remember. And if we look at the cover page here, I'm sure you could probably guess what this story might be about. So it looks like there are some different types of alcohol here on the cover. So some words we're going to learn from this story and also study over this month is the word alcohol. So this is a liquid that can change the way you think, feel, and act. Another word we're going to talk about is beer, and it's a type of drink with alcohol in it. And there's many different types of alcohol, but beer is just one type. Bar, so this is a place where people go to buy and drink alcohol. And it's a lot like, a restaurant in a sense where you could stay there and drink versus going to the store and purchasing something to take home. Another word we're going to talk about is drunk, which is a change in the way a person talks, moves, or behaves caused by drinking too much alcohol. So we don't say this very often, but alcohol is actually considered a drug. It does change the way you act and think and kind of inhibits some of that thinking. The last word we're going to talk about is responsible, and this is something we've talked about before. So that's the ability to choose between right and wrong. So we talked about it last month in a different sense where you have a duty to do something. But in this case, we're talking about responsible in the light of thinking about, is this okay for me to do? Is this right? Is this wrong? What decision should I make to make the right choice? So some things to learn from this story. Alcohol makes people act, think, and feel different. You are responsible for your actions. We've talked about that a lot. The only person in the entire world that you are entirely responsible for is yourself. You decide how you act, think, and feel. Real friends won't ask you to do things that can hurt you. Your friends should not ask you to do things that are wrong or bad or not right for you. They shouldn't do things that should hurt you. And then there's a difference between laughing with someone and laughing at someone. That's sometimes really hard to understand. So we'll talk about that as the story goes on. So Matt is our character for this story. Matt is 21 years old. So in our country, in the US, that's old enough to drink alcohol legally. So, it's okay if he wants to drink. That's totally fine. He's of the age where he can do that. So he can go to a bar. Matt can drink alcohol. Matt goes to a bar. Matt sees people he knows. Matt sits down with his friends. They buy him beers. Matt does not say no. He wants the group to like him. So this is hard, right? If you want somebody to like you, usually you'll try to act the way that you think they might like. But sometimes that's not the best thing to do for yourself. So they start buying Matt beer and he doesn't say no. But what if he doesn't want to drink those? Does he have to? No, he shouldn't have to drink that beer that they buy him, right? So sometimes it's better to just speak up for yourself, even if you're worried about what that person might think about you, right? Because anybody that's your friend should like you for who you are. Alcohol makes some people loud and goofy. Alcohol makes some people mean and angry. Alcohol makes some people sad and quiet. So, alcohol can make people feel a whole bunch of different ways. And, it might not always be the same for everybody or even the same for you in a given night if you do decide to drink. Matt drinks too much alcohol. He is getting drunk. His friends laugh at him when he falls. Matt is not having fun. So he drinks too much alcohol and he's having a hard time kind of walking around because that can do that to you too. It can make you stumble. It can make you fall. And he ends up falling and his friends just laugh at him, right? A real friend would probably, they might laugh at you a little bit. Sometimes it's funny, when I'm clumsy, you guys have seen me trip and fall in here. But, you always make sure that I'm doing okay, right? You say, "Are you okay, Miss Emma?" And it doesn't seem like his friends do that, right? That's not fun when they just laugh at you and they don't help you up. A friend takes Matt home. Matt throws up in his friend's car because alcohol could make you do that too if you drink too much. And I have not ever met a single person in the history of ever that enjoys throwing up. It's not fun, no matter the circumstance. So if you threw up in somebody's car, Matt's friend is angry, right? I wouldn't be too happy to clean puke out of my car. Although accidents do happen, but that never would be fun to clean up puke. Matt's mom is angry too. She is worried about Matt. Matt feels sick in the morning. Oh no, poor Matt. Sometimes, even though you drink alcohol the night before, sometimes you can still feel the effects the next day. And sometimes you get really sick the next day because you drink too much. So he should have said no to his friends, right? He didn't want to drink those beers. It's okay to say no. We want you to say no, right? Drinking too much is not being responsible. He will say no next time. So it seems like it was kind of a learning experience for Matt. And he kind of learned what he had to do to be safe. And next time he'll say no to his friends and not drink so much. So here are some tips we learned from this story. You are in control of how much you drink, right? If you are 100% responsible for yourself, you are in control of how much alcohol you drink. Drinking too much alcohol is not being responsible because we learned that alcohol can make you kind of act differently and it can also make you sick. Learn what alcohol does to people so you can make better choices. So, we've learned quite a bit from this story, and we've learned that drinking too much is not good for you. You can drink, right? If you're over 21, that's totally fine. And if you decide to do that, that's an okay choice. But if you choose to drink a lot of alcohol, you may get sick and you may make some decisions you don't really like. And that's just part of deciding, right? Choose friends who make good choices. Can't stress that one enough. If you have good friends, you'll probably make some good choices. It's okay to say no if you are offered too many drinks. It's always okay to say no to anything, right? So here are some words that we learned in this story. If you'd like to pause here, you can and kind of go over each of these words. Move my thing so you can see them a little better. So like I said, if you'd like to pause here, you can. If not, we are going to move on and take a little quiz here. So you are going to circle the answer that you think is correct. What is this story about? Is it about swimming, party, or alcohol? This story was about alcohol and how to drink and use alcohol safely and legally. So let's move on to question number 2. Who laughs when Matt falls? Does the police laugh, his friends, or his mom? Circle the answer you think is correct. His friends laugh. That's not very nice, is it? I always tell you guys, it's kind of okay to laugh at me when I do something silly or I'm being a little bit clumsy, but I would always want you to kind of check in with me and see if I'm doing okay. Question number 3. What is Matt not having? Is he not having pie, dinner, or fun while he's at the bar? So Matt is not having fun, right? If his friends are laughing at him, they got him too drunk, that's not fun. Question number 4. How does Matt feel in the morning after he drank with his friends? Does he feel sick, happy, or tired? Matt feels sick. I'm sure he also kind of feels kind of tired too. He definitely does not feel happy though. Okay, here's our last question. Question number 5. What is important to know about this story? Drinking too much alcohol is cool, Matt is popular, or drinking too much alcohol is not being responsible? Circle the answer you think is correct. Drinking too much alcohol is not being responsible. When you drink too much, you usually don't make the best decision, the clearest decision. You also can get sick and it can be kind of dangerous. So I hope you learn a little bit today about alcohol and how to drink responsibly. Like I said, if you're over the age, if you're 21 years of age or older, it's okay to drink, right? You're old enough, you're at the age where it's legal to drink. But I caution you with how much you drink because that can lead to being unsafe. I hope you guys have a great day and I will see you guys next time.